Well, basically from a plan standpoint, we have a basics plan for beginners or brand new kids, 2 years or less, little kids. Then we have what we call our core skills. Then we have our elite room. Then we have Purler Wrestling Academy World-Class Wrestler Program. That's a 6.5-page plan. At our camps, we have takedown camp, 3-position camp, top, bottom, neutral, heavy emphasis on leg riding. Then we have our dream season camp, which is the 3-position camp on steroids. That's a 4-page drill plan. Then our 28-day camp. So everything we do is very organized and scientific from a plan standpoint. So, the main thing is this. If you're a teacher and you're teaching math and your kids are 14 years old and you have kids of all experience levels in your class and you just pick up a math book and you go from here, we're going to learn this algorithm, we're going to learn this over here, we're going to learn this equation. And then, no, why don't you say, you guys are pre-algebra, you guys are algebra, and you guys should not be in here. Your geometry, get out of here. Go see your counselor. She screwed up. You're too smart for this. Okay, guys, pre-algebra. Open your pre-algebra book. Let's go to page 1. And then you learn pre-algebra. That's how we do it in school. Not that I think schools are super effective anymore, to sit in a classroom all day. I think it's difficult. But from a jiu-jitsu or wrestling standpoint, why do we, in wrestling, we have 6-year-olds who are learning 11 ways to score from a Russian 2-on-1. And then we have 18-year-old kids at the high school 2 miles away who's wrestled year-round for 7 years. He's drilling half Nelsons. And, we're like, doesn't make any sense. So that's the reason we started our online wrestling academy, where we diagnosed the best 272 wrestling techniques. And we broke them down into basics, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. We compartmentalized those around the very common positions of wrestling. And then we kind of put them in a prioritization or a hierarchy, right? So, and we just had 37 of our kids sign Division I scholarships in the past 2.5 years. So, what is January 20th, 2023. And just in 2.5 years, 37 of our weekly academy members signed scholarships to wrestle Division I, and a bunch are going Division II, NAIA, into the girls programs. So I mentioned that not to brag. I mentioned that to say that what we're doing is working. So when you talk about having a plan as a jiu-jitsu coach, a wrestling coach, just see how we do it in math. Gymnastics is very awesome. They actually have a plan. Now, sure, they might hold a girl back that's level 7. She should be level 8. You hear some of that, and they're like, she's milking it. Her team wants to win another state title. You hear the fighting. There's always fighting in clubs and sports. I love it, right? But then some gymnastics teams push their girls up a level fast, too fast. And they get 5th place a lot, 6th place a lot. But for the most part, gymnastics is a very organized sport. Here's the skills on the balance beam for level 5. You have to master those. And they build routines that incorporate those skills. And those skills also incorporate some level 4, 5, and 6 skills, obviously. And just like mathematics, So I use those two as examples when I built our system. I started in 1999 and it was done in 2002. And then in 2005, I put out my DVD series. And I've changed, like literally, I think I've made 7 changes in 22 years because it's freaking perfect as is, because I spent 5 years before I put it out. So, yeah, I'm big on plans and systems, and that's how I do it. And every jiu-jitsu or wrestling coach should have some kind of a plan in place. Otherwise you're screwing it up. Let's put it that way.